An alternate reality game, or ARG, is when a guy on the internet says,
"I'm from the future,"
or
"There's a ghost in my house,"
and a bunch of people agree to pretend believe his pretend evidence because they're bored. Now, if you, who isn't in on the game, come along and ask, "Is this real?" the ARG guy goes,
"Yes, of course it is. Of course it is. Absolutely. If this was fake, I promise I would tell you. But it's really real. I swear on my mother's life."
And if you happen to reply,
Well, okay, whatever.
for one brief moment, the ARG guy gets to feel like a very special boy. One of the few ARG genres that doesn't make my eyes roll so far back they disconnect from the optic nerve is empty world vloggers. These intrepid explorers have become trapped in a version of Earth devoid of all other people, and they manage to send us regular updates from its eerily empty streets and buildings. TikToker Único Sobreviviente is the top name in the game, but apparent copycat Kilmaru strangely seems to be more popular with the younger crowd. Probably because he's got a sense of humor about it. He doesn't try to justify how cities that have been abandoned for years still have functioning electrical grids, mobile reception, and gourmet meals. Doesn't shy away from over-the-top sci-fi plot twists. Doesn't sweat any tiny imperfections that give away the game. Because nowadays, in the year 2037 when you're watching this, everyone in the audience obviously understands it isn't real. Be that as it may, how does a genre like this form spontaneously? Did some recent planet-wide event directly inspire the visuals? Maybe. But maybe it's deeper than that. Maybe it's about an entire generation's low-key sense of abandonment as they find themselves growing up in a void between a rich past they never experienced and a volatile future they're about to inherit. On second thought, it's probably just because these videos involve simple compositing tricks that every beginner VFX artist learns at the start of their career. Let's us learn about them now! For years, you've listened to me explain the different types of motion tracking. Point tracking, planar tracking, 3D tracking, they're all the same thing, really. You get the computer to follow tiny, recognizable pixel clusters from frame to frame, then use that to figure out either the simple position and rotation of the whole image, the distortion of a flat area, or an estimate of where everything, including the camera, is in 3D space. And after you've done that, but before you can add in a monster or whatever, you often need to go through the important process of erasing what shouldn't be there. Wires, shadows, a dot on a face. Ew! This is the ancient art of the paint out. Do you have what it takes to master all 3 levels? In a point tracked situation, painting stuff out of a moving image is no different than in a still photo. Just make Photoshop do it and stick the result in there. Or use software that can automatically repeat brush strokes across multiple frames attached to the point track data. Say we wanted to get rid of those people back there. It's barely more effort than airbrushing cat fur out of your selfie. With planar tracks, we can erase subjects entirely contained on a floor or in front of a flat wall. What if a crazy director asked us to remove all the cars from this bridge 10 minutes before the shot had to be shown to the president of the world? We just need to take the time to paint one convincing frame, then let the area surf along with the warp of the planar track for a flawless illusion of emptiness. And then there's the S tier. With a 3D solve, you can basically paint out anything. Let's erase this hapless camera assistant from the reflection. Did I say let's? I meant I've already done it. Did I say the assistant? I meant the elderly couple sitting smack dab in the middle of frame. How? By tracking lots of features in the scene, then roughly reconstructing the individual surfaces in 3D, and projecting the shot's image onto them from the camera view. This lets us step outside the camera angle and extract individual orthographic views of all the areas we want to clean up. Once these altered textures are projected back onto the surfaces from their respective angles and viewed through the original camera, it all comes together and we've got a nice, clean, elderly-free bench. And yes, with this technique you can erase reflections, even your own. But that's not what it's about. It's about me. I'll erase everyone else so I could be the only one. I'm special. I'm a special boy. The most special boy in the world! Okay, back to reality.